score this afternoon. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen, the rookie, Tyler Luke, set to kick things off. Off we go, here in the Inner Harbor. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Rams once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56, the #1 overall pick all the way back in 2009.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll keep the drive moving. He's got the 1st down up to the 45.
At the 45-yard line. A gain of 7 and a Rams 1st down.
I like that call on 3rd down, keeping the ball on the ground. You see so often these defenses, Mike, on 3rd down, they bring out more defensive backs. They bring out some smaller bodies. They're anticipating 3rd down pass. There's a lot of opportunities to take advantage of it with 3rd down run.
On 1st down, Stafford. That one caught by Adams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Rams 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Back-to-back targets, back-to-back completions. That one for 16 and the 1st down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
2nd down, it's Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A gain of 6 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
The motion man is Nakua. Stafford now on third down. That one broken up in the end zone. And it's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
A 30-yard attempt.
Hardy's kick is good. And the Rams will take a 3-0 lead.
Ravens nothing.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Justice Hill to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So the Ravens would come out. They are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
Is there a more exciting guy in the NFL to watch play quarterback than this guy, Mike? I mean, one of the most dynamic athletes to ever play the position. And what's truly unique about him is his ability to beat you both as a runner and equally as a passer. And that's really where his game has developed. Defensive coordinators, they don't sleep very much when they know they're facing this guy and all the problems that he presents. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That is Cameron Kitchens, the safety who got through to make the play.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Throw on the run is complete. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes 4th down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Xavier Smith is deep for L.A. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Rams offense ready to see the football for the second time. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead, see if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. Atwell sent in motion here. Play action now for Stafford. Look wide, get this one complete, and he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle, gets him down behind the line.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because He knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Stafford now on second down. This one complete to Atwell. And he's taken down up past the 35. A gain of 21 on that pass play. First down, L.A.
First down.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
Now a first down throw for Stafford. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Injured player after the play, and that's Matthew Stafford, who is banged up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Jimmy G working from the gun here. Unloads downfield looking for Nakua. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
A little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On fourth down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. Lejante Wester deep for Baltimore. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense ready for their second possession. They'll begin with first and 10. Jackson. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 8. Off the play fake. Jackson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Braden Fisk in there for a loss of 5 on the sack. And now it's third down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Here comes Smith on the return. Oh, that could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense A start out past the 30-yard line. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. It's another run here for Williams. Oh, and he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
It's a loss of a yard.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Working out of the gun, Stafford. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver. And once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Ravens move out to a 7-3 lead.
Rams 3.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Tutu Atwell was the one he was looking for. And 3rd down coming up. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Throw on 3rd down, Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
First down, Rams.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up third down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Here's a screen set up to Williams.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and their running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on third down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
Here's Ethan Evans now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense about ready to take over once more. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this third drive. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 6.
Back to throw, Jackson. He'll try to run for it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and When you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Play action now. Jackson. He'll take off again. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Jackson going to keep it himself. The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. He'll try and get there on the ground. He will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
There he goes again. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
for another Baltimore Raven.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
No gain on the play.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a little extra time to think about this 3rd and goal as we've hit the end of the first. 7-3 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football quarter number 2 begins as they will see what they can do with this 3rd and goal. They'll let the fullback try to push the pot. And no signal. Didn't look like he got there. He did not. And now the tension mounts. 4th and goal.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on 4th down.
This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on down.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances of picking up this 4th down when I've got big old Derrick Henry in the backfield. So what an unbelievable job by this defense coming up with a huge 4th down stop.
The Rams offense ready to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
First down, Rams.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Stafford. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Ravens offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. I don't think I was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
2nd down, Jackson. He'll step up and run.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
3rd down and 3. They'll send Flowers in motion. 3rd and short, Jackson. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And he's in! Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. The quarterback had the decision to make, and boy, he chose the right one, taking it in for the touchdown.
The key to this play, Mike, is the decision-making by the quarterback. Get your eyes on that defensive end. If he crashes on the handoff to the back, you pull it, he gets out in space, and he does the rest.
is Loop to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Ravens extend their advantage to 14-3.
14. Rams 3.
Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Rams offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. The motion man is Nakua. Man in motion, heading left. On the play fake, here's Stafford. That's called in on the left by Nakua. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
He's got space inside the 25. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams 12. That one good for 26 yards.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
They'll go again with Williams. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll try to sneak it here. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a whole lot, but he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Williams is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Rams are back within 4. It is 14-10. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Here comes Hill on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Jackson gonna keep this one himself. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Baltimore.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
A first down throw for Jackson. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Taken down.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Jackson now on 2nd down. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not taken down there.
If this was just one guy dominating them up front, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can chip them. You can double team them. You can start sliding the offensive line and pass protection his way, trying to slow him down. But this has been coming from a lot of different spots, and right now it just looks to be a breakdown in the protection, and they have no answer on how to stop it.
On fourth down, it's Tyler Loop for the Baltimore field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And the lead holds steady at 4.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. On the carry, it's Williams. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Williams, the ball carrier. He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Rams first down.
And a Rams first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Once again, it's Corum. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Second down, it's Stafford. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Number 17, Devontae Adams. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third down and 9. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That's taken in by Higbee. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, L.A.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Rams.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp. but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. Well, it's no secret to anybody who follows this league. This is one of the elite playmakers in the entire NFL. So he put one high, thinking his guy would go up there and get it. We've seen him do it so many times before, but just puts a little too much on it and ends up sailing over his head.
Throw it on third down, Stafford. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams are back within a point. It's 14-13.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense make their way out to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Jackson. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On the handoff, it's Henry. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Now Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
And he's in! Lamar Jackson! Touchdown, Ravens. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Luke now for the extra point. Rams extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13.
Rams 13.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. The return starts from the 5. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Corum to start the drive. And a good run there. It'll get him 5 yards. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Right side, complete to Nakua. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Pass caught right side by Higbee. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Stafford now on 3rd down. He gets this complete, finding Adams. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Right back to Adams. He's got it again. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Stafford to throw again. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
To number 89, Tyler Higbee. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Los Angeles.
Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Sky Hatchet and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 2. In motion goes Likely. On the give, here's Henry. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Poona Ford is there to bring him down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll run the sneak. He'll have a Ravens first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Now Lamar going to hang on to it, and that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for it.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
34-yard line. A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 14.
It is 3rd and long. Here's Jackson going up top and looking for Flowers. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Bit of a letdown there. I mean, after that incompletion now, Mike, they find themselves giving the ball back. They're only down 8, so every single time they possess the ball, it's an opportunity to maybe get this thing back to all tied up. But every time they don't take advantage of a possession, it's another opportunity lost. And they've got to find a way. When they get the ball back, they've got to go chase some points.
The Rams offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Second and 6 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 6. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Stafford now. They'll set up the screen here to Cora. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
So barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
Roughing the kicker. Defense. Automatic first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10. Stafford gonna give it to Cora. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Stafford. He'll try to hit him with a screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Third and long. Stafford. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Play action, Stafford. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And he'll get about 5.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 4. They'll run the toss to Cora. He'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
Nice starts on the tackle. A gain of 9 yards. And a Rams first down.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy game, and they pick up the first down.
And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
First and goal, Rams.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up first and goal.
Bora is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Stafford brings the Rams to the line. They'll try to get 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No 2-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Here comes Hill on the return. Oh! He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense has got to be at its wit's end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go. And he's turned a number of those into big plays. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. This is Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down. He'll take it up to about the 33-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Off the play fake. Jackson. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
He takes off. Quarterback who can hurt you both ways. That is the one-way defenses just can't stop him. All that speed, taking it the distance.
You're exactly right, Mike. This is just one of the elements of the quarterback position that is just so hard for defenses to account for. When they get themselves in space, they in essence turn into a running back, and once they get out in front, there's no catching them.
On is Luke to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Ravens will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Blake Corum getting back to work. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. To throw is Stafford. There's that man again. Another catch. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Second down, it's Stafford. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
A gain of 4 yards.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On play action, it's Stafford. His ball batted away. That's incomplete.
So far throughout the game, we've seen him make a lot of plays in the run game, but now he shows that he can hold his own in coverage as well. Really nice job there by the linebacker, making an impact in the passing game.
He'll try again here. Second and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Throwing again is Stafford. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Ravens have come up with the football.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run it with Henry. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Hammering pitches. There to bring him down.
34-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and 6. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
10 at the 18-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win.
And he's into the end zone. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The Ravens will line up for the two-point conversion.
To throw is Jackson. And he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
19.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Rams offense and Devontae Adams heading back onto the field. But deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. The motion man is Nakua. They'll send a man in motion left. Off play action. It's Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a 1st down as well. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. A pickup there of 28 yards.
28-yard gain. 1st down, Rams.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 4. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. Inside the 10, it is caught. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time.
And he will score! Blake Cora. Touchdown, L.A. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and Now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Ravens 36, Rams 26.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Here comes Hill on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Gonna go right back to Henry. Into the secondary at the 45. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They get 18 on that one. Good for a Ravens first down.
At the 49-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
1st and 10 at the
Well, as you can see
32-yard
there,
line.
with this guy's size, you're just not going to be able to bring him down with arm tackles. You're going to have to get a lot of bodies to the ball, square him up, and be physical. Because if not, he's going to run through light contact, and he still has the speed to pick up big yards.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's complete, and Justice Hill out of the backfield. And he will get into the end zone. Justice Hill, touchdown Ravens.
So often these defenses come into the game, Mike, and when they build their pass defense plan, There's tight ends, there's receivers. There's so many weapons that these offenses around the league have at their disposal. It can be easy sometimes to not account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what happened here. Easy throw, get it into the hands of one of the most dynamic guys on the field.
And of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. At issue, did the ball cross the goal line? A reminder, it just needs to be the tip of the football just breaking the front of the plane where that white goal line begins. And it needs to be indisputable, which can sometimes be difficult with all those bodies in there.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane, the goal line. So a first and goal coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. Henry trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Again, it'll be Henry, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Rams 26.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. On the return, this is Blake Corum. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Corum. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. A quick slant, and here's Adams. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. They'll snap it. Here's Stafford. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. The Ravens offense getting set to get back to work. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. On the ground, here's Henry. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Jackson looking to throw. Brought in by the tight end, Andrews. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. On play action, here's Jackson.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They'll try to sneak it here. And he's into the end zone yet again. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
On is Loop to add the extra point. And look at this. The extra point is blocked.
Loop to kick
Now,
off
after the
Baltimore.
touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Rams offense and Devontae Adams heading back onto the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Here's a design run. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
Traditionally in 1st and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He'll drop this down to Cora. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. A gain there of 15. Good for a Rams 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run straight ahead with Cora. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, L.A.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Stafford. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Rams 1st down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On 1st down, Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
1st down.
Give them 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down. Now a run with Cora. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Kyle Van Roy on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They send the receiver in motion left. Atwell sent in motion here. They go play action with Stafford. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. That is a Dafe Owe. In for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Third and long. Here's Stafford. That is hauled in at the 5. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That one caught. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Well, Greg, really down to the point where every possession they need to score, and they get a touchdown here to stay alive.
Mike, I like what I'm seeing out of this team. They find themselves down big late, but there's no quit. They're continuing to fight back, and they got a chance to make this one a 2-possession game here late.
Stafford brings the Rams to the line. They'll try to get 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point.
Now they'll set him to throw. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Rams 34.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Ravens take over first
Lamar
and 10.
Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Design run here with Jackson. He'll take this forward for about 5.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. In motion goes Likely. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll go with the sneak. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. And that last run sets a new NFL record. Most rush yards in a single game by a quarterback. It was set by Justin Fields when he was with the Bears. He had 178 on the ground in 2022. This game tops that. Pistol give to Henry. And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Jackson fires complete to Flowers. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
For a Baltimore Raven. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the 3rd down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
They'll go again here with Henry. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 6. On the handoff, it's Henry. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And this is going to work out just fine. Kick goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Rams offense ready to take over once again. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That's into the hands of Cora. And he is taken down, but not before they're able to get it out of danger, up past the 25. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drop. So time becoming a factor, down 2 scores. They do have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to work with, though. Stafford now on 1st down. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. Stafford on target to Puka, and the Rams have a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. It is 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 49.
They'll drop to throw. That's the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
A gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
To the air again. Stafford. There's that man again. Another catch. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards.
It's a pretty simple read. It's man coverage. They run a little interference on the inside, and that makes it hard for the defender to stick with their man, and it leads to an easy pitch and catch.
Now 2nd and inches. Throwing again is Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Atwell sent in motion here. Off play action. It's Stafford. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Stafford to throw again. In trouble, and down he goes. Rams use their 3rd and final timeout. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd down. The shotgun snap to Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
One last throw here for Stafford. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back. So it's a win here for the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.